It's got to be in here somewhere. No. 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 Ow! Ah! Yeah. There it is. Ha! Yes, I found it. The Toy Story Santa hat, which you know means that it's Christmas time here on Comic Crash. And my goodness, I just love Christmas. Christmas is so great. Even the Scrooges and the Grinches, they end up liking Christmas by the end of the story. It's a beautiful season. However, there are some out there where this season just doesn't seem to mean very much. Particularly in our story today about a man visiting from another world who isn't into this season and how he discovered the true meaning of Christmas. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Taylor Campbell here. Welcome back to Comic Crash, my little show on the internet where we talk about comic books and stuff. Let's talk about Justice League. Justice League, the TV series, was a phenomenon, and it continues on to this day in some forms. In fact, right here, Justice League Infinity, it's the newest iteration of that animated series coming out in comic book form. It's fantastic. Now, right before the second season's finale, we got a one-episode Christmas special titled Comfort and Joy. Let me tell you about what this episode was like. The episode begins with the Justice League putting together a gravity server to help separate two planets that are about to collide. They do so, and everyone's like, okay, there we go, it's time to celebrate Christmas. Superman, Flash, and the Martian Manhunter head off back to Earth while the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl just play around on this snowy planet because snow is just fun, apparently. I don't like snow. Snow did terrible things to me. At this point, the episode splits into about 3 pieces. You have Green Lantern and Hawkgirl off doing their thing, you have the Flash doing his thing, and you have Superman inviting the Martian Manhunter over for Christmas. The Flash goes back to Central City and finds all of these kids in an orphanage, and it's like a yearly tradition where he'll show up, make an appearance, and then find a Christmas present for them. And so Flash is all like, hey kids, what do you want for Christmas? And they're like, we want this rubber ducky. It's a toy called DJ Rubber Ducky. And it raps and it makes farting noises. It's everything that a kid would want.
It's DJ Rubber Ducky! I'm the rubber ducky with all the fly moves, rocking in his house with my tight grooves. Go rubber, go rubber, go rubber ducky.
And Flash is like, okay, I'll go get it. But then the person running the orphanage is like, oh no, don't get their hopes up. This thing has been sold out everywhere. And Flash is like, come on, I'm the Flash, I can find it. I made Gorilla Grodd cry. So the Flash runs off to every single department store in the city. They're completely sold out. But he gets an idea. He's going to go straight to the source. He goes to the factory in Japan and finds the last DJ Rubber Ducky that exists. On the way back to the orphanage to deliver the toy, he hears an explosion at the art museum, and he gets over there, and it's the Ultra Humanite. Now, the Ultra Humanite is this crazy intellectual guy who decided that the smart thing to do would be to give up a human body so he could be in a giant albino gorilla. So the Ultra Humanite is like, I'm going to blow up this museum because I hate the art in it. And during their scuffle, the Ultra Humanite ends up squishing DJ Rubber Ducky. Now the Flash feels terrible, right? Because this was for the kids. And he brings that up, and the Ultra Humanite is like, fine, I will call a truce on Christmas, and we will fix up DJ Rubber Ducky for the kids. They fix up DJ Rubber Ducky, and when they get it there, he doesn't rap, and he doesn't make poop noises. But instead he tells the story of The Nutcracker, the classic Christmas ballet that was turned into, all kinds of different things. And ended up getting all of the kids like really interested and like grabbed their attention really well. When it was all over, the Flash took the Ultra Humanite back to prison and gifts him with an aluminum Christmas tree, which really struck a chord with the Ultra Humanite. You could tell that this struck a nostalgic center for him. Hold on. I took the animated Superman figure down for that little skit thing at the beginning, so that's not going to fly. And we're talking about the animated Superman. There we go. Animated Superman. Our next story has to do with the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl. Now, Green Lantern is all like, check out this really cool snow planet. I can snowboard down it and stuff, and this is the coolest part of Christmas. It's so nostalgic. I remember when Grandma took me sledding down snowy hills, and it was great, and it was fun. And then Hawkgirl is like, okay, that's neat, I guess. I just don't see the purpose of the season. But a Green Lantern knows exactly which buttons to push. And so, he throws a snowball at her. And you have this giant super-powered snowball fight. Green Lantern is chucking a bunch of snowballs at Hawkgirl, and Hawkgirl is taking her mace and swinging a ton of snow at Green Lantern, and it's fun, and it's exciting, and yes. Now, Hawkgirl still doesn't get the whole holiday season thing, but Green Lantern's like, you know what? Why don't we try what you want to do? Well, like, how do you celebrate? And she's like, oh, well, I know this planet, but you'll hate it. And he's like, I have a fully charged power ring. Let's go. And so they go off to this planet that is just covered, I'm sure it's just full of dives and bars and clubs and whatever else. They get there, they have a few drinks, Hawkgirl starts a bar fight, Hawkgirl blames the bar fight on John, so now they're all like, oh crap, now we are in a bar fight, and there's power rings going, there's maces swinging, there's people punching, there's rocks flying everywhere, drinks thrown into people's faces, and it's just complete pandemonium. Exactly what Hawkgirl wanted for Christmas. And then we get to the heart of the story. The Superman Martian Manhunter story. Mostly a Martian Manhunter story. So the Martian Manhunter at the beginning was all like, you know what, this season has no meaning for me. And you could tell that he's feeling a little bit homesick, but Superman is like, nuh-uh, we're not going to, that's not how we do Christmas in my town. And so he invites the Martian Manhunter over for Christmas. They get to the Kent home, and Clark is welcomed by his parents, and he says hello to his parents, drops off some presents. The Martian Manhunter shows up and he's like, I do not mean to impose. My name is John Jones. I am a Martian. Thinking that would, like, close the door on them, but it's the Kents. They have aliens living at their house all the time. So the Kents invite the Martian Manhunter in, and they have a wonderful Christmas dinner, and Martha gifts John a beautiful Christmas sweater that she knitted with the girls at the community center. Christmas Eve comes, and the world has become quiet, especially in the quiet, sleepy little town of Smallville. And John, he's up in his room, he's feeling a little bit sad for himself, and goes all ghosty and starts to explore what is happening in Smallville, what everyone is up to. He sees Jonathan and Martha cleaning up after dinner. He sees Superman trying to peek through his presents with X-ray vision, the most noble use of X-ray vision. Turns out, though, all of the presents were wrapped in lead. Santa really knew what was up. He sees a couple of people going out for dinner, and he hears the thoughts of a little girl saying, "Stupid Tommy, Santa is real. You'll see." And John gets the idea, you know what, I'm going to play Santa now. And so he goes up to the roof and he like stomps around, and the little girl's like, oh my goodness, it's Santa. And then he reaches down through the chimney and he grabs an Oreo and eats it and starts his love for Oreos. That is canonical. His favorite food is Oreos. And then the Martian Manhunter comes across a church where a congregation is singing the Christmas hymn, "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear." And this is really where it clicks for him. This is where he figures out what the Christmas season really is all about. And it really strikes a chord with him. And then at the end, Christmas morning, the Kents wake up to the Martian Manhunter singing a Martian hymn. And it's like haunting, and it's kind of a beautiful song. It's pretty cool. So that's the basic gist of this episode. Now, let's talk about the episode itself. It was a really nice breath of fresh air. I recently binged through all of Justice League, and right before this, you had some really heavy stuff. You had the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl starting their relationship. And then right after this, you have the big war between humanity and the Thanagarians. So, like, really big, heavy stuff happening on either side of this conflict. And so we get, like, this nice little breath of fresh air where we can just enjoy a Christmas moment. And it's a really enjoyable Christmas moment. I loved, like, how they interpreted all of the characters' feelings towards Christmas. I really liked the Flash story. I thought that was a fun, little superhero break between the romance side with Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and the really wholesome side with Superman and the Martian Manhunter. Now, the only problem I have with this episode is crazy unavoidable, right? Like, I don't think anyone could have avoided this problem, which is that it was really short. And if you'll notice, only 5 of the 7 Justice League members were represented. At the beginning, they excused Batman by saying that he was begging for monitor duty on Christmas because he's just a Grinch. Batman is a Grinch. He's a Scrooge. And you would know this if you read Batman Noel. Let me know if you want to see Batman Noel in the comments. Anyway, so Batman is off being a Scrooge. I would have loved to see how Wonder Woman handled Christmas, though. Wonder Woman's story in this is really great in the series. She's exiled from her home island. She's in this strange place with strange rules that she just really doesn't understand. They have a good chunk of episodes in the first season that really examined that. And I would have loved to see, like, how she tried to spend Christmas when everyone is talking about being with your families, being with your loved ones, and really she doesn't have a whole lot of that here in this world. It's kind of hard to sell a 2-part Christmas special, especially in this time era. So I can understand why they couldn't go that far, but I would have loved maybe just an extra story where we see Batman at the Watchtower and he ends up spending Christmas with Wonder Woman. That would have been pretty neat. I think that would have been a good use of some more story time. At the same time, though, I'm pretty sure that Batman's TV series running concurrently had enough Christmas specials that they figured they could get away with it. So, there's that. But like I said, the show is being continued as a comic book, so maybe it's there. So, that's the Christmas special I wanted to share with you today. I love Christmas. I love this time of year. There's just so much magic about it, and I think the point of this Christmas special in particular was to remind us to go ahead and share the joy of Christmas with someone else. So, why don't you do that? Let's go out there, let's try to find a way to spread a little bit more Christmas cheer to those who could probably need a little bit more. And hey, if you like this episode, make sure you go ahead and let me know, and until next time, thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and remember to always be your best self.